please.
It was an excellent idea to allow them to leave work an hour early. The place is full to overflowing every week.
Yes, but the majority of them are still extremely unwilling to learn. Immediate gratification is the name of their game. Can't see the value of what they will learn in the long run.
Give them a few more weeks.
Yes, but in the meantime, I'm afraid of losing their interest. So I've asked Edwin to pop by with a surprise.
Oh.
I can't understand Ellen. Still not coming here, even with an hour off. Except that we have to stay for 3 hours in total, and it's worse than school.
Well, it's not hard work though, is it?
At least my mum don't give me no aggravation about coming here. She's well pleased me and Lady Ellen is breathing the same air. What's the matter with you, Paul? You lost your tongue?
I'm trying to finish me fucking knickers, ain't I?
And what's so special about your Fanny? Oh, Annie, really? Try and remember, you're a young lady.
Polly, I dare to call Lady Ellen a Lena.
I dare you to try her hat on.
Oh, call none of that. Looks more like a frozen cow turd.
Girls, settle down. You're here to learn, not chatter.
Oh, wait for it. She's now going to make up a new rule. Do you remember first time when she said there'd be no rules?
Yeah, now there's about 20.
I will not tolerate talking whilst I am talking. It is extremely bad manners.
Look, miss, I finished.
Great! We usually wait until we're asked, but you have done well. Didn't expect anyone to finish until next week at least. Don't you think they're a little on the large side? Gracious me, all these pockets, what on earth?
Hankies, miss. You need a lot of them. Don't do to go wiping your nose on your hand. Knife would slip right out of it.
Oh, that's that.
Oh, Lena.
Beg your pardon?
You meant I was Lena. I've made these too big. Was that you, Lena?
Oh, I see. Yes, perhaps I was mistaken. Now I would like, with your consent of course, to introduce a new rule.
Dare to call her Elvin.
Get over it. You've got to try that on first.
This new rule is that no loose women should be allowed to come into the club.
Oh, we don't know what you mean, Nan.
We won't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I know it could be Lena, but this is all muscle. May look loose, but honestly.
Those who have strayed from the path of virtue.
Oh, which side of Evelyn Street is that on?
I meant fallen women.
Ah, blimey, what am I going to do?
Oh, no, we're all
That's quite enough. Get this instinct. See your hands in your laps and put your sewing away. It's time for the Bible reading. Here we are. Now, I found something quite relevant and something I think you'll find quite interesting because it's directly connected to St. Nicholas's Church, which is the church just around the corner from where you work. Now, who can tell me what it's got on its gateposts?
dog shit.
2 skulls. Quite right. And who can tell me what they mean?
2 heads is better than 1 myth.
That's as may be, but these 2 have biblical significance. Can anyone tell me what it is?
To remind us that there's more dead people in the world than live ones.
I think not, no.
Oh.
It resembles a vision Ezekiel was given by God, and I'm going to read it to you. Now, the language is rather antiquated and cumbersome, so bear with me whilst I paraphrase for your benefit.
Oh, wake me up when it's time to go to the pub.
Ezekiel, chapter 47. I felt the powerful presence of the Lord. He took me to the valley of dry bones. He said to me, "Can these bones come back to life?" I replied, "Lord, only you can answer that." He said, "Tell these dry bones to listen to me. Tell them I am the sovereign Lord." And thus said the Lord God, "Behold, I will come, breathe life into you, and you shall live. I will give you muscles and cover you with skin and cause your blood to flow."
myself. Oh, miss! Well, excuse me, but where we come from, passage is a rude word. Can anyone tell me what it means?
Well, it's like underneath. Your privates.
No, the reading from the Bible. Can anyone tell me what they think the significance is?
Hell?
What did you say?
Isn't it like a vision of hell? Everything all dried up and that?
Oh, I see. Well done, Polly. It is sort of, but with a happy ending. And shall I tell you why I like it? Do we have the power to stop you? Because it is what I see here today in Deptford. Young people like yourselves, all dried up without hope or future. Doesn't have to be that way. Wait now, we consider silly now.
Maybe she means the sheep girls.
Well, I don't care who she means. If anyone needs to dry up, should be her. Now, next week is Holy Week.
Oh, no such luck.
Who can tell me what Holy Week is about? Having a good time. No, it is not. It is about remembering that our Lord died and suffered for each and every one of us. But he was our Lord, Jesus Christ.
Never heard of them.
No.
Oh, yes, you are.
No.
Oh, they're being silly, miss. We learned at school. He was the one that gave someone a kiss.
Well, I can't.
Nelson, that's right.
Goodness me, that... Come on now, you must know who.
No.
You're going to tell us. Excuse me a moment, please.
Don't keep this up. Now we're going to get the life story of Jesus.
I wouldn't fret. We were going to get it anyway. Listen. This evening we have a very special treat for you and something I think will quite amaze you. Lord Tartardin very kindly agreed to come along with his lantern slide so that we might see pictures of our Lord's life with the aid of magic.
All set?
Would you be so kind as to take us through?
Righto. Here we have a picture of Jesus in the first perambulator ever invented. It wasn't until some years later they decided to put wheels on it.
This is supposed to be educational, Edwin. This picture shows that the Son of God started life in very humble surroundings.
Here we have him spouting, teaching in the temple, age 12. Then a little gap in the story till we find him here on the cross. Oh, what a way to spend Easter, eh?
He died so that we too might know of the life hereafter, to let us know that we all have a choice here on earth to begin again, a fresh start. Lord Tartardin, do you have a picture of the stone being rolled away?
Let's see now. Well, here's one of him, making his first appearance after the crucifixion to old Mary Magdalene.
Now, she is a very important character, and one of my favourites amongst the women in the New Testament. This Mary, unlike the Mother of God, was shunned by those around her. She was very coarse and led a heathen, contemptuous way of life. But Jesus didn't judge her. He took the time to get to know her, and through him, her life was completely transformed. What's she getting at?
Search me.
Now, dismiss quietly, and remember to behave with social manners not only whilst in this room, but in the streets and in your work. This week, I want you to take the Lord home with you. I'll see you all next week, 8 o'clock prompt.
Come on, Jesus.
What you doing?
She said we had to take Jesus home with us.
Little more than rides his beast.
Rather. I mean high-spirited cultishness.
Magic Lantern was a great success. Many thanks, Totty.
Don't mention it. I must be off.
Edwin.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking.
Well, Priscilla, we certainly do have our work cut out.
There's one pair missing.
That one Polly finished hers. I was quite astounded. She showed precious little interest in anything else.
But she hasn't paid for them.
Don't worry, we'll see you next week. Perhaps we should extend the activities of the sewing class. poor creatures have such disgusting clothes.
But all the gaudy jewellery and those hideous hats.
What I can't understand is that having all that money and wearing such awful clothes.
Oh, that's that. Fancy wearing it. I want to cut Jane something like that in the street.
Oh, she'd have caught me wearing it. It'd only be awful off. Well, I ain't going back next week.
Oh, listen, Annie. Don't take it to heart that rubbish about fallen women. Well, she don't know nothing about you and she ain't gonna find out neither.
Well, that ain't the point, is it? Anyways, I can't work out what she's bothering with us for in the first place.
Well, she wants to turn us into real ladies, don't she?
Your lot is getting as bad as old po-faced Ellen. Anyway, I got to get home, otherwise I'll get it off old misery shops.
She ain't that bad, Mum.
Well, you don't know like I do.
Well, we'll walk to the bottom of Evelyn Street.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not so much of a lady yet as to be worried about a few drunks. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good evening, young lady.
Evening, sir. Mind if I get on me way?
You've got time to stop and talk with a gentleman just for a while, haven't you?
No, please let me pass.
How would you like to earn a shilling?
Don't touch what you can't afford, sir.
Oh, but I can afford anything I want.
I just want to get home. Please get out of me way!
I only want a few moments of your time!
I said no! Now!
Now, this is not the way I normally like to conduct business, but you leave me very little option. Come on, dear, a little higher. Yes. Very nice.
I work all day with these. So don't make me laugh with that thing! And if you don't want to see your wedding tackle on sale at Well-Beloved's tomorrow, less than a shilling, no doubt, I'd score for a selfish mate!
I'll get you for this, you slut. Don't think I don't know who you are, where you work. I'll get you next time, darling. Next time.
Priscilla, so prompt as always. Lovely to see you. I've just finished the revised agenda for next Thursday's meeting. Have you brought your music?
Yes.
Your face? What on earth's happened?
It's nothing. Looks worse than it is. I thought I'd...
It looks frightful.
Sorry.
Not the music, your face.
Oh, Helen, I walked into a dog. Clumsy and very stupid of me. Serves me right for wandering round in the dark. I tripped and banged myself. I'm quite all right, thank you.
Are you sure?
Perfectly. Now let me just...
Your Arthur has been looking after you.
Yes, he has.
Such a thoughtful man.
Yes, he is. He's a good man. He is.
Without his help and concern, we wouldn't have such a success on our hands.
He's tried his best. It's been very difficult for him. You have to try to see his point of view.
I'm sure, Priscilla. Please don't upset yourself.
It's not for me I'm upset, you understand. It's for him, really. He's quite distraught and I've been no help whatsoever.
He's distraught because you bump into things.
No, I'm afraid it's all come as rather a shock to him.
Priscilla, dear, please take a deep breath and tell me what all this is about.
Arthur is displeased about the girls.
You seem so agreeable to the idea of the club.
I know about them having to be laid off next month.
What? Why?
Because a large amount of his capital is tied up in those shares.
Yes, but why are they being laid off?
Oh, something to do with the Corporation of London stopping imports. I'm afraid I didn't fully understand.
This is absolutely terrible.
But I thought, well, we both did, that this was your doing. I mean, didn't you say that you thought it should be made illegal for girls to work there?
But this is too soon. Much too soon. Those girls are unemployable elsewhere. Besides, I haven't even had time to take tea with the MP for Deptford, never mind chippy legislation.
You didn't know anything about it.
This is the first I've heard of it. This is disastrous. Those girls have no skills whatsoever. I must go to the corporation today and beg them, yes. Beg them if necessary for a reversal of their decision.
But I think it's all cut and dry.
At the very least, request an extension of time.
Would you like me to go with you?
No. Go home and rest. So poor Arthur's minded rest too.
Makes me bleeding laugh, it does. All that gab about fallen women, and then that bastard stops in on me on the street. Threatening me and all sorts. That's it. I ain't going back to that poxy club again.
Oh, you should tell her. Lady Eleanor, what happened? Don't let him get away with it.
Well, who's she going to believe between Maggie and him? It'll be him every time.
You know what they should do, don't you? Pull the corks off. Well, they'd only have to do it to one. That would make all the others stop and think. Now, do I really want to rape this woman, or do I want my cock pulled off? Blimey, you've changed.
And I'm sick to the back teeth of these toffs waltzing through here saying how awful it is. Well, it's them by calling it awful that made it seem so awful.
It's always been awful. It's not just them saying it. This is an awful job whoever has to do it.
Well, one thing's for sure.
It'll never be the likes of Lady Eleanor doing it.
And the sovereign lord said unto me, Lady El, gather up them dead bones and put them round your body so they squash the living daylights out of you.
What's your call? Don't let Harry catch you.
I just had a vision. I was in the valley of dry bones. They gazed and take me.
I'll carry on, Paul. It's only Ellen.
What are you doing here? I thought Harry put you on unloading again.
Yes, listen, I just think back. I just heard. We're all going to be laid off. Oh, you just had a vision, you know. No! This isn't a joke.
Well, how do you know then?
Probably something Jasper found out from his father's friends in the city.
Wait!
I don't know exactly. I just know I heard these two chaps. Ellen, you should know by now. They do anything to wind us up.
Ellen! What nails me the river end and count yourself lucky I've not fired you. Right, which one of you ain't going to the club tonight to play pretty miss with Lady Eleanor?
Rest assured, Harry, I ain't setting foot in that place ever again.
Right, you go out there and help Ellen. You need all the help we can get this evening.
What's going on, Harry?
I don't know, girls. Really, I don't. They don't tell me anything.
Scaremongering again. The same happened 2 years back when all the cattle got ill on the voyage over here, but we're still here, ain't we?
Why then did
Because
Harry?
he likes to wind us up. Why don't we get our own back on him? I've still got that Jesus picture. We can shine it up on the wall and Harry will believe that Jesus has come to take him off to heaven.
What good would that do?
I don't know. You laugh, though.
Well, you got to put in that special white box and you ain't got one, you dozy gizzard. Ellen's telling us that we ain't going to have no job and all you can think about is having a laugh.
How can we not have any jobs? They've even taken some of us away to unload the ships. There are that many beasts.
How come the sheds are so empty?
Because there's always a delay. Getting them slaughtered and that before they come into the sheds.
And they need us to clean out the innards. Now, all animals have got insides, whatever Lady Ellen or Ellen may think. So, until they find a beast without none, we'll always have a job.
Right. But I reckon we'd be best keeping in with Lady Eleanor just to be on the safe side.
Let's stop off at yours first, Annie. Have a quick supper.
But we ain't got nothing.
The Lord will provide.
Nora, would you get the caps and aprons ready?
Very good, Madam.
Oh, Priscilla, you got my message. Could have you come a bit earlier?
Have you heard anything from the corporation?
Your face is better.
Yes, it is nothing.
No joy at all, I'm afraid, from the corporation. Nothing I could do or say would change their minds.
Oh, but that's terrible.
I thought so too. But then when I really sat down and thought it through, I said to myself, it doesn't have to look so bleak. Isn't this the God-sent opportunity we've been waiting for? There's no time for despondency. We must use the time we've got to the full.
They have so much to
They must work hard and be pushed for their own benefit.
I brought music.
From now on, Priscilla, it's got to be work and not much play. Otherwise, these girls will be out on the street. Settle down, girls, please. There isn't room for slackers. It isn't fair on those who want to learn.
Oh, sir.
Who can tell me what was wrong with that question? Firstly, we never point. It is extremely bad manners. Secondly, the correct way of phrasing that question is, excuse me, who is that young lady?
Well, who is she then?
Thirdly, we do not speak until we are spoken to. Nora is what's called an undermaid in my household.
Under the thumb.
If you want to mumble or pass comments under your breath, you'd best go outside and do it. I brought Nora along as an example of what you might aspire to if you listen carefully and learn quickly. If you do not want to, there are plenty of others willing to take your place. Nora, would you stand here next to me?
Think she knows that we don't. Let's not fall out with an hour, that's what I think.
All of you separate yourselves so you don't feel tempted to chat. Now, I want you to look at Nora very carefully. What do you notice about Nora?
She ain't said nothing.
She hasn't said anything. Repeat after me, she hasn't said anything.
She hasn't said anything.
Because you can talk properly when you want to. Now, why hasn't she said anything? No, don't answer that. It's a rhetorical question. She hasn't said anything because we do not speak until we are spoken to. And when we do so as precisely and politely as possible.
Do what?
What have I just said?
She don't know, that's why she's asking.
No one speaks until they are spoken to. Isn't that correct, Nora?
Yes, Madam.
Thank you, Nora. I want you all to look at Nora very carefully. She's extremely well groomed. Her cap and apron impeccably starched and stain-free. You do not wipe your hands on your apron. Appearance is all important. Nora, would you please show these young ladies how to enter a room correctly? Mrs. Cuttle Smythe and I shall pretend to take afternoon tea. Would you care to take tea with me this afternoon, Mrs. Cuttle Smythe?
Oh, I'd be delighted, Lady Helena.
I shall ring for Nora. Oh, Nora, would you bring tea for Mrs. Cuttle Smythe and myself?
Very good, madam.
Large strides. She stood with her back straight and didn't slouch. She was alert and attentive at all times without being intrusive. Nora, would you sit in this chair for me? Rarely would you be required to sit in your employer's presence, but nevertheless it is important to sit in a ladylike manner at all times, even when you are alone. You sit with your back straight, your legs firmly together, and your hands in your laps. Excellent, Nora, well done. Nora has probably never seen the inside of my drawing room. She has certainly never served tea. That is because she works downstairs. But what is your ambition, Nora?
To be head maid, madam.
And one day I think you're likely to achieve it. Although you'll all be required to begin at the bottom, it is worth remembering that domestic service gives you the chance to learn and improve, so that when someone in a position above yours needs to get married, there is every chance these days for promotion from within the household. Now that's enough talking. All of you take your positions in a dignified manner, whilst Mrs. Countess Smythe finds caps and aprons for you to try on, and let's get down to the real work.
Oh my God, she's going to dress us up as dollies.
In silence, please. The next young lady I hear blaspheming, cursing, or swearing can leave. If you want to behave like street urchins, perhaps the street is the best place for you. What do you think, Mrs. Cuttle Smythe?
Well, with one or two adjustments.
Now I want you all to look at Nora, and then at yourselves. A tidy appearance denotes a tidy mind. A slovenly appearance is the outward sign of a slovenly mind. I want you to walk around the room now, in a ladylike manner. Turn round, come back to me, and say, "You rang, madam." Remember, you are all capable of being young ladies. It is up to you. What do you think? Well, don't forget, you all start with most menial jobs. The sort they probably have to do for themselves at home now. It is the manner, appearance, and attitude we have to break them into. Not so fast! Keep your heads up. No, not your noses in the air. Look ahead, not down. Good. Now turn round and come back to me. Not so loud. Don't roar. Right, one at a time. You.
You rang, madam.
Good.
Oh, I've been in service before.
No, I've not asked you a question. All right, go back and do it again. You.
You rang, madam?
There was a hint of impatience in your voice. Again.
You rang, madam?
Better.
You rang, madam.
That sounded downright impertinent. Again.
You rang, madam.
Again.
You rang, madam.
Right. Try again. Don't look at one another. And don't frown. You don't want lines on your faces before you're 30. No, well, come on. No, all, madam. But you all follow Nora's example.
Very good, madam.
Now we must be seen to reward those girls who attend at the club regularly.
Will that be all, madam?
Thank you, Nora. Right, first one, off you go. No, I don't think so. The tea service would have fallen from the tray by now. Go back and try it again. Otherwise, we'll be inundated with requests for work. And we must be seen to reward those girls who've made the club priority for a Thursday evening.
What about those absent because of sickness?
Will that be all, madam?
Don't fidget when you pour the tea. Stand up straight. Go back and do it again. If they're going to be sick, they won't make good employees. I've put the word out about work, and I'm fairly confident it will be left behind. Insolent, disobedient girls that nobody with the best will in the world can do anything with. Nobody wants the sight of your rear end taking up space in their drawing room.
Will that be all, madam?
Try again.
Will that be all, madam?
Very good. The rest of you will do well to follow this example.
It's quite extraordinary the amount of households now needing more servants.
The sheep girls who work nights have been laid off.
You still need a maid yourself, don't you?
True.
Well, my dear, take your pick. If you can't have first choice after all the work you've put in, I don't know who can. That last one was very good.
Do you know what? I rather like that from Polly.
The one that was so deft with the underwear.
She's a bit dense, not to mention ungainly.
But pleasingly gentle of temperament, not like the others. She's very slow to take offence.
All right, let's do it again. I think the coffee and cake shall be well in this evening.
I'll go and put the kettle on.
Hands by your sides. Back straight. Try at all times to look pleasant.
Will that be all, madam?
Very good, madam. Thank you, madam.
I thought it was going to be alright. I thought it was just the girls that was being laid off.
I'm sorry, son. I aren't really. But nobody told me they was going to slaughter and gut the beast before they even got here. Started making them ice cold and all. Well, that's progress for you. It's lucky they decided to keep the older chaps on. At least you younger ones have a better chance of finding another job.
Well, what chance have I got, Larry? I don't know no other work.
There's no shortage of butcher shops around here, boy. Go and ask them if they're looking for a delivery boy.
But they wouldn't pay half of what I was getting. Besides, I don't know how to ride a bicycle.
Oh, blimey, don't look now, but there's Ellen the Ever-Read. I best get back into work. Good luck, son.
Mary! You got the pushing, old Jim?
Yeah, do you know what Kate is?
They've all gone running up to Creek Road to put themselves at Lady Eleanor's mercy.
Oh! Well, maybe she'll be able to do something for me.
She'd have her work cut out then, wouldn't she? me. She ain't offering a service for men, because she don't care how they carry on. It's women's behaviour she wants to change.
Hey, Remy, what's it like? I mean, how many days do you get off? Oh, when did they pay you? Did they give you enough money to go out one day off?
Depends. Well, they set the rules. I might get one Sunday afternoon off for Mom. Oh, I don't know. Seeing as it's the Cosmice, you might get more.
Will I get my own room or do I have to share?
Depends. You have to see when he gets there.
I suppose he asked me to do something I've never heard of. What will I say?
You've been peeling potatoes, washing floors, washing pots, making tea, making a fire. Well, they ain't gonna ask you to fly in the air.
No. I suppose it's just common sense at the end of the day.
Oh, it's all the things you ain't doing when they're for yourself. Only you're gonna have to do them for other people. Or with a smile on your jaws.
Yeah. I ain't looking forward to it.
What'd she say?
Well, she's fixed me up in service.
Annie! What the hell are you doing? You know what it's like! I mean, to the others it might be some sort of novelty, but Christ! Surely you don't want to go back to that sort of life! Bowing and scraping!
Ellen, shut it, will ya? I feel nervous enough. Well, don't make it worse. Well, they can't all be the same, can they?
What?
I can't fall foul of Lady Eleanor now, can I? I mean, how can I say to her, thank you very much, but no, thank you very much? Because there ain't no other work. And by the time I finds that out, I can't then go on my hands and knees back to her. Because by then she'll have plenty other deserving cases than me to place.
It's worth a try, honest it is.
Well, you forget, Ellen. I've been on the streets once before. And I can tell you anything, yeah, virtually anything is better than that. I'm going to give this a try. Because at the end of the day, mate, what choice have I?
Mike, what's happened to the others?
I don't know. There were so many asking for help, we lost each other. Well, Polly got fixed up straight off, I know that much. She starts work with the cuddle smart household.
But that bastard don't know her from me.
No, but his wife does.
Well, what about you?
I didn't get no help at all, and what's more, I ain't gonna get none in the future because I stopped going to that blaming club. So, Ellen, it looks like I'll have to come with you and try the jam factory.
They wouldn't take me on. Been in every factory around here. They all say the same. Only taking on girls with a reference from Lady Eleanor. I'm going to try down Southwark. Maybe your influence won't have travelled that far. Come in.
It's me mum, Mum. She needs me at home.
She wouldn't have you at home if you were in service.
No, but she'd have the satisfaction of thinking I'd made something of myself. I better get back and let her know what's happened.
What are you doing here?
They decided to kick out the youngest chaps and all.
What are you going to do?
Oh, Harry says I should try for a job in a butcher's. But what about you? How'd you get on with Lady Eleanor?
She's fixed me up to see this family tomorrow. For the position of general maid.
So much for the idea of getting a shop then.
Them's dreams, June. Children's dreams.
Well, nothing we are. If we live or die tomorrow, nobody would care. Suppose this household don't want you tomorrow.
And the girl that won't find work to no fault of her own is going to be given 7 shillings a week.
She's going to give money away?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this much for her. She certainly put herself out.
an household with one of them joined together names, and you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it.
Go back and ask her again, Lady Eleanor.
I won't. I've got more bloody pride.
Pride? Pride? You think you're a man, you do.
I don't.
What you got against being in service? Most normal, decent girls that jump at a chance.
I don't want to.
Something till you get wed.
I don't want to get married.
Well, what are you going to do then?
I don't know. Or maybe I'll follow wonderful Eleanor's example. Live on me own, devote me life to the good of others.
At least she's got a respectability of widowhood. I tell you one thing. You ain't stopping under this roof unless you earned your keep.
See you in hell.
Not for much longer, girl. Not unless you get off your backside.
Do you need any hands? No, I ain't had any experience of factory work, but I worked down the cotton sheds at Deptford. I ain't had a day off sick ever. I'm an hard worker, honest. You only got to show me what to do, I'll pick it up. I'm a fast learner. Please take me on. Give me a chance. Oh, no, I wouldn't have nothing to do with trade unions.
Good morning, madam. My name's...
Good morning, madam. My name's...
Good morning, Mrs. Cotton-Smythe. I'm not really sure. Like, should I have used the back door?
The apprenticeship fund is growing fatter by the day, Helen. By my reckoning, you'll be able to admit another 10 girls to your school of domestic economy.
Priscilla should have been here half an hour ago.
Oh, I doubt if you'll ever see her again.
Why ever not?
She's got her pick of the servants. What does she need you for?
She's not like that. We've become good friends.
She's such a sickly creature.
She was. But over the last couple of weeks, she's really come out of herself.
Helena, you can be so naive about people.
In what way?
The Cottle-Smythes are after status. If enthusing about your hobby horse was part of the game, well then, so be it.
I don't agree with you at all. She's probably been laid up. Less gossip and more work is required. Come in. You see, that would be her.
There's a lady.
Show her in, Emily. You know there's no need for formalities with Miss Cottle-Smythe.
Oh, madam, it's not Mrs. Cottle-Smythe, it's a lady. A woman. Look at them girls from the club.
Here.
The audacity.
Show her in, please. I'm sorry to trouble you, Lady Helena. I just come to ask for your help. I remember you. You used to attend the club, didn't you? And it's Maggie, isn't it? Yes, it is, madam. Well, you see, since the shed's closed down, I haven't been able to get work.
Only those who attended the club regularly can now avail themselves of any help.
Quite so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair on those who did attend the club and are still looking for work. Can I ask why you stopped coming? My brother worked well, madam. And my mother worked evenings and nights to look after him. Well, I don't know. Oh, please, madam. My mother can't afford to keep me. I'll do any reasonable work. Well, I was going to suggest my apprenticeship fund, where you work for nothing but the fund pays you a small allowance.
She's far too old, Helena. The scheme's for 13 to 15-year-olds. It would make a nonsense of it.
Yes, I suppose that's correct. There doesn't seem anything I can do for you at the moment, but I will bear you in mind. Emily, would you please show this young lady straight out and take her address? Well, don't trouble yourself. I ain't got one. My ma threw me out. You're a bit hard on her, Edwin. I didn't like to contradict you.
She was a troublemaker, Helena. She'll have to learn. You can't be too soft on that sort.
I pawned all my books today. Well, it doesn't matter. Wouldn't have mattered in the end what I'd said or done. Wouldn't have made a shred of difference what 500 of us had done. We'd still have been out of work. They'd still have got their way. Those people with their schemes and their funds and clubs and allowances. All thought up out of fear. Out of fear that we, the ones who made their wealth, might get an end. So we need to be tamed and trained to succumb to their values and orders. What's the use of kicking against it when all you do is damage your foot? And I'm left trying to explain myself to, yes, even to Jasper and Sebastian, who reply, but Ellen, at least she found them all work. Yes, but in service. In service. I could tell by the look on their faces that they couldn't see anything wrong. Why should they? After all, isn't that what we're here for? You service your husband and your children. Why not service those deep better than you? At least you get paid for it. I don't want to go on arguing and kicking against it. I don't want to stand out like a sore thumb and be seen as odd. After all, who am I to call the others fools? I'm the biggest laughing stock of the lot. Actually believing that I had any say over what happened to me. Or anyone else.
Please, sit down, Mother. I'm most terribly sorry about the loss of income. Priscilla did explain to you that it wasn't my doing.
Oh, yes. And in fact, when the word got out that you'd gone to plead personally with the corporation for a reversal of their decision, I was able to sell, not as handsomely as I had wished, but not at a loss, which I originally feared. So I'm quite satisfied with the outcome. Thank you.
Well, now, that is a relief.
I have come to see you on a more delicate matter. That of my wife's health.
Honestly, what's happened?
Nothing. But, and I must come straight to the point, it is not doing very good at all, participating in the club. And I've come to ask, now you have so many other capable volunteers, if my wife might be excused her duties and allowed to recuperate fully at home.
It seemed, if anything, her interest in the club was boosting her self-esteem.
Quite the opposite, I feel.
And she has been a bit edgy. I am saddened, but Priscilla's well-being is of the utmost concern.
Thank you for being so understanding.
Promise me one thing, Arthur.
Yes?
But you both won't desert me socially.
I promise you that with pleasure, Eleanor.
Good. You'll be at the top of my invitation list for the forthcoming fete.
Beautiful looking glass in this room. As a special treat, only when I'm sure he's out. She's still a kid, like. Bring me old Nat down here. I put it on and pretend all the girls are coming round for tea. Ellen, Maggie, Kate, Annie, lovelies. So pleased you could come. Isn't this just splendid? Sorry, madam.
Are you all right, Polly?
Yes, madam. Sorry, madam.
Did you buy that hat for your mother?
Yes, madam.
How is she?
Very good, madam.
Who? Cook told me that she wasn't well.
No, madam.
Why did you say very good then?
I beg your pardon, madam.
Polly? Are you also trying to convince me that I'm mad?
I'm sorry, madam, I really am, but you know, they only had time to teach us how to say yes, madam, no, madam, beg your pardon. I'm trying to cheer myself up a bit, like. Do you want to go?
Oh. It's a quote, proverb, I can't think it.
Blessed are the pure in act.
No, it's not in the Bible. Don't tame the wild god. That's it.
Never heard that one.
Are you all right, Adam? I'm sorry. It's a pagan sentiment. It means don't squash the spirit out of someone. Christianity can be a rather stifling ideology, don't you think?
You say so, madam.
Are you not finished with this room yet, girl?
Polly has scrubbed the kitchen from top to bottom. I have been supervising her.
You got up at the appropriate time, then. I'm pleased. That's much better. What on earth is that, girl?
We found it on the top shelf of the larder. The previous cook must have left it. If you remember, she disappeared very abruptly.
Get rid of it.
Polly, please take that hat and dispose of it as you will.
Yes, sir.
I'm pleased to see that you are learning to assert your authority with the servants at last.
Emily! Would you mind putting my hair back up? It seems to be all right. Very good, madam. Do you believe God answers prayers, Emily? Of course I do, madam. And we are for ourselves only, of course. He is a little slow on the uptake. Rightly so. Selfishness should never be rewarded.
No, madam.
But my prayers to those girls have been answered. As a species, they have been totally transformed. That is my reward. Do you remember the day I visited those sheds? You were very cynical about what could be achieved.
Me? Why, madam, I'd never dream of being so presumptuous.
Ellen! Oh, what are you doing in here? Oh, it's good to see you. I thought you'd been in here before now.
Times have changed, ain't they? Lady can't go for a drink on her own these days.
I called round at your place, but it seems you moved.
Had to, didn't I? Tough, but up all the places around Watergate Street. Done 'em up with rents to match. I had to take lodgings with the family.
Are you working?
I'm going for a job down the new button factory in Rotherham.
Got a union, has it?
No, I don't know, do I? Fancy you working here. Still living it out, are you?
No. My mum threw me out.
So where are you living?
Eh?
Yeah. What happened to Len then?
I married him. Don't look like that, Ellen. He don't trouble me often.
You married Len!
What bleeding choices did I have, Ellen?
Oh, but what did you marry that great clod for?
Hello, Ellen. How are you?
Hello, Len. We was just talking about the weather.
Chilly out, ain't it? Can you give us a hand in the yard, sweetheart?
Oh, I'll be with you in a moment, dear.
Sorry.
It ain't your fault.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd cop by my round, say hello.
Do you want to get me into trouble?
Oh, a chance would be a fine thing.
Don't you dare talk to me like that.
Sorry.
Can't you read? What does that letter say there? Letters 3 inches high? No gentleman callers.
By any gentleman, but bleeding butcher's boy.
Julie, there is absolutely no reason to swear. Listen,
I'll try and slip out and meet you later on tonight.
You said that last week and then you never turned up.
Well, I can't help it if they got eyes in the nightcaps. I'll try the best I can. Now, please, go away.
My dear, all I'm asking is that you make the effort and accompany me to the fete. Not as if we're invited as guests of honor every day of the week now, is it?
Please go, dear. I don't feel well enough.
You are my wife. It is your duty to come with me. Besides, I promised Helena you'd be there. Stop this reclining nonsense. I thought that wretched club had knocked that sort of malingering out of you once and for all. Come and get your outdoor things on before it recurs.
She's bound to ask why you stopped me helping her.
I didn't put a stop to anything. We agreed that you weren't suited to it. Besides, she's far too well-mannered to bring the subject up.
She'll only feel obliged to ask how Polly's getting on, and I won't know how to explain that you want to get rid of her.
Stupid woman. Because clumsy, incompetent, and hopeless. Helena won't care a damn what I say about her, and probably arrange to get us another. Christ! 7s are 2 a penny. They're nothing. Fancy worrying over a trifle like that. Your soft heart has contaminated your brain.
She makes me laugh.
All the more reason to come then. I never see you laugh.
Not Helena. Polly.
A servant is not supposed to make you laugh. They're to be seen, not heard. To know their place. How do you expect to maintain any kind of discipline if you converse with them as if they're part of your social circle?
Please, you go, dear. I've plenty to be getting on with.
The whole point of having silence in the first place is that a woman of your social standing doesn't have anything to get on with. My dear, if you carry on like this, I should be left without excuse or option but to call the doctors in. There's plainly something wrong with your head.
It's not my head, but my heart.
Healthier-looking women than you are filling up the asylums today.
No, I'm perfectly sane. Perfectly.
You're not. And I shall vouch for that fact. Why would a sane woman refuse to see her friends?
They're not my friends, merely acquaintances of yours.
Refuses to go out with her husband. Refuses to leave the house, preferring instead servants as entertainment. My dear, these are all the values of a mad woman.
I am not mad. I am not mad. I'm not mad.
You're ranting. You're raving.
Leave me.
You! Up! Come here! Let's outside this door, Miss Tiffany!
No, please, leave me alone.
Did you call me, sir?
No, I did! Get out! Stupid, clumsy elf!
I'm sorry, sir.
You are. You will be. Don't think you're taking this Sunday afternoon off, or any other Sunday afternoon until you've made up the time to pay for it.
Please, sir, I will.
Arthur, her mother's not well. She must
Have you not a shred of loyalty to me? I shall teach you a lesson that you'll not forget.
No, please calm down, dear. It was an accident.
No, sir, say what you like, but don't it?
Don't I like? Paying for you? Some men I know box their servants' ears for putting cutlery in the wrong drawer. Come here.
No one has ever read me, sir. Not me mother, not me father, not me governor, not no one. I've taken a lot of abuse, but I won't be it. I'm warning you, sir! I won't be it!
We'll see about that!
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ, I think I've done for a miss.
Polly, we go to the kitchen and get me some lard. Madam, I'll grease his shoe on the floor. Madam, it's worth a try. Polly, will you fetch me the doctor?
Me?
No, I'll go.
I can't bear. Not when he comes to his senses.
No.
There's their tea early on Sunday. 3 o'clock. And then I'm allowed to do what I want. Well, as long as I'm back for 6:30. I come up here for some fresh air and I'll go sit down. I sit here on my own and I think it's me, I'm here. In on breathing. That looks like... It is! Kate! Kate, it's me! Kate, it's me, Annie!
Oh, I know. Well, I should think I'd be sold on Blackie's nose.
How are ya? Ain't you pleased to see me? Oh, is it a boy or girl?
I'm well, thank you. This is Master John. I'm allowed to look after him on Nanny's day off.
Ain't that nice for ya?
Yes. They say I have the potential to become a nanny.
They would, wouldn't they? And what you keep looking over your shoulder for?
Won't do us any good if they see us talking together.
What, they got a spy passing the windows then? Can see round corners, through houses? What are you walking away from me for? Kate! It's me, Annie!
Annie, look. There's no good anchoring about what we was. We got to try and make the best of what we got, and I, for one, am trying to better myself. And if you've got any sense, we'll try and do the same.
What are you frightened of? That I'll snatch the son and heir and hold him ransom?
That's just it, isn't it? Some of us are trying to forget we are, where we come from, and put the past behind us. But no, Polly goes and smashes her fist in her employer's face, and it's like we're all under suspicion.
Oh, you're telling me. Suspicion. You know what mine have taken to doing, eh? Only locking me in the room at night. Well, they think I don't know, but I had the key go. Then they have to get up and unlock it real early so I can get up and do all the chores before they get up proper. But if there was a fire, they'd forget to unlock the play door at all.
Thanks to Polly.
Poor Polly.
Oh, she could have killed him.
I don't see that by talking to me, you'll get into trouble. Oh, what's that to do with anything?
She ain't been seen of since. You might think we got something to do with her, or I don't know anything. We got to prove to them we're not all like that.
Let me put your mind at rest, Kate. Well, they caught her. The police. She's in all the way.
How do you know?
Well, don't they allow you to read the papers then? Well, this household where they're so keen on the advancement of general maids to nannies.
Actually, they have another maid that lays out the fires, so I don't get to read the old newspapers. And I'm sorry, Annie. But I really do have to go.
Well, you want to know how I gets to read them? 'Cause them that I works for so blazing vain. Well, they make me put newspaper all over the carpet so it don't wear. Well, then when they know company's coming, they make me take it all up again. I gets to know all the news that way. Everything they got is for show. Well, they're so tight that when they walk, their asses squeak.
Well, I know what you've done like wet right, but as Peter, just sit down. And keep your voice down. My husband's upstairs, and the doctor says he's to stay in bed and get plenty of rest.
sorry about that. I mean, I know how you must feel as a husband of my own like. But Polly and me worked together for years, and she wasn't the sort to start a fight or nothing. Even if there was an argument, she'd be the one to smooth things over. Well, couldn't you, give her a good character? I mean, I could, but it wouldn't mean nothing coming from me.
I can't give evidence against my husband in a court of law.
Well, can't you have a word with him, then? I mean, I ain't suggesting you take Polly back, just drop the charges.
You don't understand.
I know it ain't on to go around smacking people in the jaw. It ain't right, and I know it. But I'm sure she never meant to kill him. And let's face it. If it had been the other way around and he'd have hit her, no one would have heard about it.
It isn't that simple.
Oh, but it is. To your sort, everything is. I bet you had one of them real pretty doll's houses when you was a little girl, and you grew up to live in one of your own. Except it's got real people in it, not dolls. When you don't like one for whatever reason, you just get rid of them. You throw them away.
It's not fair.
No, it's not. You've got a responsibility, Mrs. Cottlesmith, not only to yourself, but to Polly.
Do you reckon they'll hang her there?
Don't know. Claiming she intended to bed.
You'd think you'd have more vanity than to stand in the old Bailey and make that, slip of a maid, shin and Florida.
Slip of a girl. Polly. Oh, I think it's your memory what's slipping.
Yeah, well still, she's only a woman when all's said and done, unless you know something I don't.
But you never know, though, what folks are capable of, not you yet.
True. Hope your Kate ain't like that.
No. Different girl she is. Being so close to her betters has changed her. For the better, I can tell you.
A lady, eh?
Yes, I suppose she is. Treats me with courtesy and respect these days.
Lucky bleed. Might do that sort of training, I can tell you.
Oh, yeah, where is she?
You may well ask. Said you weren't feeling too well. Said she needed some fresh air. If you ask me, it was too much in helping herself to last night's profits.
Aye.
Jim. Your Kate. Has she ever brought up in conversation the topic of sausage skins?
Take no notice, Len. I told her straight and she ain't likely to bring it up again. Nope. She's too well spoken these days to refer to sausages in any conversation except one concerning breakfast.
I don't know where they all pick it up from, do you, Jim?
No, don't bear thinking about it now, does it?
No, we could take a trip from them tots, Jim, and no mistake. You see what our ladies get away with that?
No, how do you mean?
When we're boys, we bring our wages home to our mothers, right? And they give us our pocket money. And we're men now, and what do? We bring our wages home to our wives, and they give us our beer money out of it. You don't get that kind of behaviour from ladies, do you? It's all, please, ma, I have some housekeeping money, my darling. We've got it all wrong, boy.
You've got a point there, Len. No mistake.
Oh, I can't stand around here all day talking about how to change the world. What you got for me this week, Jim?
Oh, sorry, I was forgetting. It...
Leading out, Jim. Sausage. What are you trying to do to me, boy?
This morning I woke up and felt like hugging myself.
It's hardly what you'd call a rewarding job.
The careful planning and hard work was a benefit to so many.
You put a button on a metal plate and cover it with material.
This morning I woke up and realised I hadn't dreamed about running away for a whole week. Well, it's much better not to hold on to your dreams. I suppose it's only natural to let go of them as you get older.
Of course, it was a blow when the girls were unexpectedly thrown out of work.
You bring the lever down.
But even that turned out to our advantage, giving the coarsest girl a sense of urgency.
I wanted something more for myself. But my mother was right. You got to make the best of what you got. It's easier to be ordinary. Do what's expected of you. It's just I wanted something more.
And there you have a perfectly covered button.
Through diligence and persistence, even the rawest of material has been transformed into a servant of lower middle class respectability.
I've been admired for looking nice and dressing nice. It makes me feel really special when men catch my eye. And no one would dream of calling me common now. I know what to expect of them, and they know what to expect of me. Well, if a man swore in front of me today, he'd be mortified. I've earned that sort of respect.
At the end of the day, you have an old box full.
250 of them placed to date in good households.
The conditions are cleaner, but the old place is very hot and noisy.
One tale of woe, folly, and aberration.
It struck me this morning that I've always been at someone's mercy. Well, I mean, we all are when we're born and that. It's after that things only equal out a bit. I was at the mercy of the governors in the shed. I was at the mercy of the master in the house. And now, I'm at the mercy of the law.
It makes it impossible to talk.
And one regret, namely Priscilla, whom I've not seen since the incident.
The only variety in the work is when they change the quality of the material.
Still, I cannot help but marvel modesty permitting of the accomplishment.
But they have a works canteen here, thanks to the union.
Even the doubting Thomases have had to eat their words.
See that woman over there? She started it. She even gives speeches in public. You'd never think it, would you? People think she's mad.
Priscilla, an unexpected surprise.
But she ain't. She says to me, Ellen, we got a right and a responsibility to speak out. I looked at her, just like Maggie used to look at me, and I says, good job, we're only here once. So, she says, you're just going to sit there and let it happen again, eh?